Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Winning Picks Weekly. As always, my name is John Meleka. We got my double co-host, my buddies, my co-hosts, my pals. We got the video producer, Greg Albert. What up, Greg?
What's going on?
And we got our boy Chip Murphy, who is all over all the social media stuff. If you're talking Knicks, if you're talking NBA draft, if you're talking Couch Critic with some TV shows, he's all over. He's everywhere. What up, Chip?
What's up, John?
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Good, man.
I haven't seen the TV show stuff. What's going on in the TV show world, Chip Murphy?
Trying to get back into that. It's a lot to do. TV, golf, basketball, everything. Like
Amazon Prime. I've been watching The Offer, quite a series.
Is that the Godfather show?
Godfather show, the making of The Godfather, quite a series. Very good so far.
It's a lot to do with. I'm starting to read college football preview magazines now too, because I'm a maniac. So
the NBA draft's not enough for you. Gotta get a little college football preview in the week before.
I had to. I went on vacation this weekend to go see my grandfather in Syracuse, and I was reading the magazine on the 4-hour drive up there the entire time I was reading it.
We're so back. The Couch Critic getting some critique himself from our man Greg. I love it. And honestly, let's just start off with what's on everybody's mind. Let's talk about the NBA Finals. Crazy game 5, another game in this series where one quarter just took over and changed everything. I was happy it was close, right? That first half really scared me. And they say that, what's the number? Like 79% of teams that win game 5 win the series.
Yeah.
Sitting here, Golden State now going back to Boston for game 6. Game 6 Clay. I don't know. Did he use up his powers for game 5? Is he going to use it for game 6? The cheapest ticket for Boston. My friend's asking me if I want to go from here. The cheapest ticket right now, $700 to get in, which is tickets to regular Rangers game, which pisses me off. But anyway, what do you guys think, man? What's your take on the series so far? What's your take on game 6? And most importantly, we're here to bet. Like, what's your favorite bet from now on? You could either be on game 6. It could be a prop or, so maybe NBA final stuff. Like, what's your outlook right now? What's your move? We'll start with you, Chip. What's up?
Well, as far as betting, I'm glad you brought up Clay because I'm taking the over on his points. There's nothing that could have happened in game 5 that wouldn't have led me to believe that. Shout out to Clem from Barstool. I think it was him who tweeted out what everyone was thinking. Yeah, before game 5, no matter what happens tonight, we're all taking Clay's over in game 6. It would be stupid not to. It's 20 and a half on FanDuel, his points.
The only thing I'm gonna say about that is everybody's screaming about how we have to take Draymond's under. Bleacher Report saying we have to take the under. Who's smashing under 7.5? I mean, he
I don't do unders. I don't do unders on props. I don't do unders on props because it's embarrassing to get burnt like that. Not embarrassing is the wrong word, but to root for someone not to score is just awkward. Like, as even it's someone
awkward for me to root for Draymond not to score.
Draymond is an exception, but like, it's what I mean. It's like to hope every time someone's shot goes in, to hope every time shot goes up to be like, oh, I hope that doesn't go in. Like, right. It's different with Draymond. But if you take
every Steph 3 last night, baby, please don't go. Please don't go.
Yeah, exactly. If you bet like the under on Jason Tatum's points, you're all night. You're like, oh my God. Every time. You're the same way if you bet the over, obviously too, but it's just different taking an under. I hate unders in everything, but
life's too short to bet the under.
Yeah, exactly. I have a mug. My brother bought me a mug that says life's too short to bet the under. Like that's, I drink. Yeah. It just,
besides conference championship games, it's a fact.
Yeah, Big Ten, Big Ten football and basketball. There's something about the Big Ten, especially Iowa football.
I like that. Yeah. To the point about Draymond, I'm not rooting for him to go to miss shots or whatever. He's afraid to take shots. I mean, I was getting big time, whatever his Ben Simmons vibes from the guy. Wide open attempts, wide open layups, wide open dunks for him. And he's dribbling in and just kicking out to Andrew Wiggins to shoot a wide open 3, and he's missing that. So I don't know if I'm rooting for anyone to miss it. Once I knew Steph Curry, like I know you guys had some, John. I know you had the over 3 threes a game, over 25 points a game. I had last night
me, bro.
over 6 points in every quarter. And I don't know if I was watching obviously because I had it first quarter, 20 something seconds left, had an easy layup and he missed it. And I was like, all right, screw this guy. So once I knew it was over in the fourth quarter for you guys, I was rooting against it because, there's no way he was getting 3 threes. I mean, he didn't even get one. So, props rest of the way. We talked last week about over 40 points and a win that hit in game 4. So I'm kind of pissed I didn't take that. That was plus 400, plus 500. I don't think anything really sticks out to me besides Klay Thompson. I like points. I don't know what his threes are. I don't know if it's 2.5 or 3.5, but
3.5 on FanDuel.
Yeah, so 3.5 threes. I'll probably take that just because it's game 6 Klay. I had the Warriors in 5, 6, or 7. I had the Celtics in 7. So right now, I can't lose, which is great. So I'm gonna throw a little extra on Klay, and that's it.
They're trying to get you all that. DraftKings has a bunch of Klay stuff. Obviously, all the props for everybody. They have like Klay 6+ threes made plus 340. I don't know if I'm willing to go to that length. Maybe a small bet on that, but like I like the one like Steph and Klay both to score 25 points at plus 300. I like that one because I think that's more. No, John?
I listen, man. Going into Boston, we are underestimating this whole ordeal of the Golden State Warriors going into Boston, back against the wall. No team has lost back-to-back games until this last game. I really don't see this series ending in 6. I'm sure Scott Foster's going to be out there. I mean, everything in my dumb gambling brain, tinfoil hat, whatever you want to call it, tells me Father's Day, Game 7, back in Golden State, and we'll see what happens. I mean, everything in my brain.
I hope it ends.
You don't like the series?
No, I hope it ends. I have a parlay riding on the Warriors. I just want it to end. I just want it to be over, and I want the Warriors to win. I don't want to sweat out a Game 7.
We're gonna get into that because your parlay had something to do with a little bit of golf. I have this background in honor of you guys who have got me onto this golf scene, especially this golf betting scene. We'll get into that, but let's just wrap up this NBA Finals. You guys both had the overs on Klay, right? We got the threes here, we got the points. You guys are rolling with the public here. The only thing I think that's pretty interesting is we got 3.5, right? I think the line is 3.5 right now. Otherwise, it's Golden State plus 140. Either if you want to bet it in 6 specifically, it's plus 140. If you want to bet them in 7 specifically, and then the Celtics are plus 307. Are you guys taking any of that, or are you guys just touching, the specific game, or are you guys just going with Klay and kind of just sitting back and watching this one?
I think I'm going to take Warriors money line and Klay. I think the Warriors win it because I think if you think Klay's going to have a big game, then you should think that they're going to win too.
I don't.
So then take the Celtics, because if Klay goes off that in a Game 6, that usually means that the Warriors win. So I don't. And the plus 3.5, I'd rather just take the money line anyway.
What I don't understand is there's a prop on FanDuel for the series ending in 6 games at plus 145. Like, how could it not end in 6 games if the Warriors win? So I don't understand why that money line is just slightly different. It just, I don't know. That doesn't make it. I know it's close. It's just plus 5 more. But I mean, there is an advantage there to just, take that vig off. And this whole thing is interesting. I the minus 170 for Game 7, so you can kind of roll on both sides of that, which I'm sure. What do you think the line will be for Game 7? If it does,
I think the same that it's been for every other game. It seems like 4, 3.5, 4. Hasn't the 3.5, 4 been the spread for like every game in the series? I feel like it has.
Just about.
Yeah, I think so. And John, to your point, so if you think the Celtics are going to win Game 6, are you interested at all in taking the Celtics to win in Game 7 at plus 300?
I think I'm going to sprinkle on the Celtics again, just by themselves, though. Not throwing them in the parlay or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an outright betting for them plus 310. So I'll probably just take that because, again, it has to end in 7. Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's like these weird little things I notice on FanDuel. So if you're listening, like, I would definitely just take a quick gander before you bet anything. In my perspective, man, I'm going to take the Celtics plus 310 outright bet to win the series. And I'm going to take the series to end in 7 at minus 170. So I'm just gonna hedge both those out. If this game wins, I'm gonna bet the unit on both. So we'll see how it works out. I'm hoping I'm hoping I have free money on the Celtics. I'm hoping it goes to 7. I have free money on the Celtics, and then I'll probably take Golden State. And Chip, you said you're the guy in Jersey right now, so you're the only guy with the NBA draft finals.
Finals
odds. I know Greg had some thoughts on that pre-recording. So why don't you give us some of those interesting lines? I know everyone's interested about A. Wiggins. Are we looking at A. Wiggins? Are we looking at Steph Curry? Are we maybe take a Boston player? Because if Boston wins, I mean, obviously they're going to win MVP. Like, are we taking Jaylen Brown, Tatum? Like, what's that?
What are the Boston guys?
What's that look like right now?
I just hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, John. Oh yeah, go for it, Chip.
Yeah, let me just bring it up. I just lost. Let me just bring it up. You guys.
Go ahead, I was gonna say, like, I'm interested in Wiggins, man. Like, Steph had a tough game in Game 5. Wiggins has played pretty consistent all season or all finals. I don't know what he's averaging right now, but it seems like he's averaging in the 20s and 10.
He's 12 honestly rebounds. A. Wiggins. I don't know. He went to rebounding school. I don't know
what whole thing is, like, did he grow like 6 inches? Like, since when is he a power forward? Like, that's just blowing my mind. He's out there covering the 1 through 5. Like, he's doing everything for him.
He's literally leading. Is he leading the entire series in rebounds at 9.5? I'm pretty sure he might be.
Williams hasn't been playing that great. Looney can't get out of foul trouble, apparently. That's another one. Everyone was all over Looney to do... What was it, 11 or 17 points, rebounds, and assists?
Oh,
so I might try that.
Looney stinks, man. You know what's my number one thing I've learned about this in this series is Robert Williams is amazing. Like, when Robert Williams was healthy,
he wasn't good last game.
No, but when he was healthy we saw what he did in the regular season, and then we saw what they had to do when he wasn't around, and then you see what he does when he's productive. They murder. When he's not productive, they kind of stink. And then A. Wiggins leads the series in rebounds. I feel like this whole series kind of hinges on him, and we don't talk about him much because he's like the 4th most interesting player. But Chip, you got those finals odds?
I got him. Yes, this is FanDuel, by the way. Steph is the overwhelming favorite, minus 360. I think he's gonna win if they win. Tatum's plus 400, Jaylen Brown plus 1800. And Andrew Wiggins plus 2,000.
So Wiggins he's leading the Warriors in blocks as well. So he's 9.5 rebounds and 1.2 blocks. Those are his numbers. And on the other side, you got Tatum leading the Celtics with 7.5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 23.5 points, basically.
Oh, and Marcus Smart plus 11,000, Clay plus 13.
I'll take that bet, guys. Whoever wants that, call me up.
Yeah,
the Marcus Smart MVP bet.
Yeah. and some cruel person who works at FanDuel has Draymond on here. Yeah, like I guess
6 assists, baby. Huge.
2,500, 25,000. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll take that bet too. Anyone who wants to bet Marcus Smart or Draymond Green MVP, I have a no limit. You hit me up, hit up Winning Picks Weekly. We'll take it.
Yeah, I was going to say Steph's obviously the overwhelming favorite, but I kind of like the idea of putting a little bit on each of those other guys, Tatum, Brown, and A. Wiggins, just because we don't know. There's probably 2 more games left in the series. We don't know how it's going to go, but if the Celtics win, I mean, Tatum's playing out of his mind. When he plays great, they win. So if he has 2 phenomenal games here, Game 6 and Game 7, plus 400, it's probably the best his odds have been all series.
I love Wiggins here because what if the Warriors lose Game 6, and then they win Game 7 on the tails of Andrew Wiggins again, right? Like, if it's just like he has a big game, they're gonna give it to him.
Yeah, Steph just has another like 14-point game. It's tough when Wiggins is out here almost scoring 30 a night.
Even if he scores like 25 points, goes like 4 for 9 from 3, and Andrew Wiggins, gets like 25 and 15, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go to Wiggins, and Steph Curry's gonna be the number one fan. Like, yeah, who cares?
Wiggins just can't hit a shot though. He just drives me crazy. It's like, dude, you're wide open in the NBA Finals. Like, what's going on?
And the defense, you were not taking into account any defense. When he's tagging Tatum, they can't score.
Yeah. Defense has been good. Defense is winning. Like you said going into this, John, the Celtics are the best defensive team since January. Warriors are number 2, man. This has been whoever who's playing better defense is winning these games right now. It's not been high scoring. It's not been very potent on offense. It's been a lot of ugly plays, a lot of fouling out, a couple technicals here and there. We got one last night, so.
Dude, I'm so annoyed that Draymond Green's not getting teed up every play. I don't know what he has on these refs. The fact that he doesn't get teed up, he's walking inside the huddle of the Celtics, screaming in the ref's face, and it's like, yeah, just go back.
It's really wild.
He plays on the Warriors. That's what he has on the refs.
It's wild. But yeah, I think
the refs love Steve Kerr and they love the Warriors.
To recap, we have a couple of Clay bets here by Chip and Greg. We got the over on the points, over on the threes. We have, I think we're kind of on a wide range here of Warriors wanting to end it here, Celtics in 7, but we went over the props to try to get, wherever your heart desires to kind of hedge the right way. But if you really, really want to hedge, you hit those MVP, the Wiggins, the Tatum, the Brown. I mean, that's how you could really make some money here. Before we get into the U.S. Open, the golf, where I know Chip is dying to get to. We got to talk about some NHL hockey. Unfortunately, the Rangers, tough series versus a 2-time champ. I mean, the way Greg is talking about the Avalanche, the way Avalanche has been playing, kind of lights out. I'm glad that we're not going to get smoked in front of everyone. But, dude, it's hard for me to just, with my dumb gambling brain, look at the odds for the NHL Stanley Cup and see that the 2-time defending champions are underdogs. I know they don't have the home ice, but that one's kind of wild. I mean, they're only plus 150 to outright win, but they're plus 126 in game 1. I feel like you don't have to wait to win 4 games. You can just take them game 1. I love the game 1 series parlays. Like, I have Celtics game 1 and the Warriors to win the series, so I'm not gonna be upset if they win in 6 or 7. I'm riding with that. I'm curious if you like the Tampa Bay winning game 1 and Avalanche winning the series. That's plus 400. Anything like that? Because I know like the Avalanche. Like, tell me what you like about this series. We don't have to get into the Rangers. Everything hurts when I think about them.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a tough way to lose a series. I mean, even just going back to game 3, like, we had that, and that was the turning point of the whole thing. We lost 4 straight, including 3 straight, including that one, 4 straight, including that one. So it was tough, but it's tough not to bet Tampa Bay. They're 2-time defending champs. There's a lot of miles that they've had to put on though over these last 3 seasons to be in the position they are in. However, they seem to wake up in the middle of the series and turn it on. So I mean, if I'm looking at anything for Tampa Bay, to your point, if you like them at plus 150, I would look more in Tampa Bay in 6 is plus 600, Tampa Bay in 7 is plus 650. So, they're obviously, they don't have the home ice advantage, so they would close it out at home in game 6. Other than that, like I said, the Avalanche is such a better team. According to
Avalanche
Vegas,
winning 2 is hard to fathom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, again, I wouldn't bet them because they're like, minus 200 to win the series or something like that. But just looking at their odds here, to win in 5, to win in 6, and to win in 7 are all plus 400. So, if you put $100 on each of those, as long as one of those hits, you're up a little bit of money. So, that's the way I would look at it if you're trying to bet the series. But I'm staying away at this point. I made some money in the NHL playoffs. I hit a nice parlay, won a couple games, won a couple first-time scores and stuff. So I'm on to baseball, which has been going well. I'm on to golf.
Okay,
It was a fun playoff run. I'm happy that the Rangers did it. I expect them to be back next year, so I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to roll.
That's fair. I know, you know how I feel right now about the high. It's hard to watch this cup. I was like, I had tickets to the cup, so it's you know, and I have to get a refund from Ticketmaster. Like, it stinks right now. I don't want to deal with it. The season ticket for the Knicks, the upgrade is tomorrow. So I am moving on completely. The Garden has moved on, and but I have to touch the series. I'm gonna take some extremes. I'm gonna take Avalanche for a sweep. I know that's crazy, but I'm gonna take it's plus 880. I'm just gonna take it. They swept 2 series in this playoffs. It could happen again. I don't think it's gonna happen. Vasilevsky's a beast. However, I'm just gonna take it. The plus 880. I'm also gonna take Lightning in 7. That's plus 590. I was thinking about just waiting until Colorado wins the first game and then taking Tampa in 7, because that's obviously what's gonna happen. But I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'm also gonna take Tampa to win game 1 and Avalanche to win the series at plus 400. Just in case, like, Tampa's still hot. That whole like Rust versus Rust versus Rust. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Tampa's just unbelievably good. So I'm gonna take them. Is there anything about Stanley Cup like nerves? Like, this team's a 2-time champ. Like, game 1 you win, and so those are the 3 bets I'm going to take, all plus money, just so I could watch it. It's going to be fun. I know I'm going to turn it on, that's what I'm doing. But without further ado, I got the course behind me. We're not in Saudi Arabia. It's time for some real golf.
The real deal.
The real deal, where I make to make the cup parlay with Chip's Graces, as long as Vijay Singh is not in there, and DeChambeau. Those are the 2 guys right now. But we'll talk about DJ. We'll talk about Justin Thomas. We'll talk about his winners. He's been hot. So I have one thing to add to the gambling constitution. When Chip says Rory, we take Rory because he wins, because he hates Rory. So if he's down with him, it's a good bet. How you doing, man? We know you are all over the Warriors. Tell the fans why, who may not be staring at your bet slip. Tell us about the Canadian Open, and let us know what you got for this upcoming golf tournament.
I'm sweating that Warrior series, like I said earlier. So in the Canadian Open, after round 1, I put Finau top 10, who ended up finishing second, and I bet Rory to win at plus 500. And I bet JT to finish in the top 20. So all those hit. Oh, yeah. And the 4th leg of that parlay was the Warriors to win the series. So that's at plus 200. And so I need the Warriors to win. That's the only part of that left. So now I'm just sweating that one out. And
is there a cash out? What's the cash out right now? Is it double your money? Is it?
You know what? I haven't even checked, because I was going to do it, or I was checking it after the golf, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna wait out. I think the Warriors are going to win, so I'm gonna wait it out, and I'm definitely not gonna cash out now, because I think the Warriors are gonna win now, which is famous last words. The Warriors are probably gonna choke this away. But such a dumb thing to say.
Right now, it would probably be like the best deal you would get, right, to cash out, because if they lose, then obviously it's going to go lower, right, because it's going to be game 7, and if they win, obviously you win, it's over, right? So right now would be like your highest payout. That's why I was curious.
Probably, but I'm not looking, just because.
Not a payout kind of guy. I got you. I feel you, bro.
Nah, I don't really want to do that right now. I don't really want to do it. I've come this far now. It's just one game, and I know if it's a game 7, I'm going to sweat it like crazy, and I may not even be able to watch it. Yeah, is how stressed I'm going to be. Watch it on Gamecast or something. But I don't know. It's all right. It's still fun to have that there.
You're coming off hot off the Canadian Open. Mm-hmm. We got the U.S. Open. The field is finally starting to. This is the first time I think we finally feel the live Saudi Arabian League. Like, there's a lot of names that are off this list, right? I'm looking at to make them a cut list. But the names I recognize, it's significantly lower. Right? I think it's just dwindling down. But you're hot right now, man. I guess so is Rory. Like, what do you think about this Open, man? Who do you got to win it? You got any props? We'll hit up Greg after, and then we'll make to make the cut bet, and you guys will make fun of me, and we'll see how far we go.
Okay, so I already gave Matt Fitzpatrick last week, because he the last time they played here at this course, it's in Massachusetts. I forget the name of the course again. I
Torrey Pines, no?
No. It's I don't think it's Torrey Pines. I could be wrong, but the last time they played here, it's some country club in Massachusetts. Whatever.
Doesn't matter. We don't care.
Yeah. It was the U.S. Open or the U.S. Amateur Championship, and Matt Fitzpatrick ended up winning that tournament. And he hasn't played great in recent U.S. Opens, but he finished 12th in 2019. I don't know. He's playing pretty good golf recently. I don't know. What did he finish at the Canadian? 10th at the Canadian. 10th at the Canadian. What was he? He missed the cut at the Memorial. Not great. But he was 5th at the PGA.
That's probably because of me. That's probably because of me. Anybody that makes
did you bet on him?
Misses the cut, honestly, just you could blame me and I will take the blame from now on. Anyone that's a famous that I would know that I'm putting in my cuts that doesn't make, because there's always one or two that don't. No matter how many I could put 2, one of them is not going to make it. It does not matter. So if there's anyone, I'll just take the blame, man.
And I kind of like the odds at plus 3,000. One guy who I'm staying away from is Rahm, because
yes, me too.
I know he's one of the favorites, but
he's always a favorite, bro. Like, I'm starting to finally realize, because I'm staring at the golf odds. I'm like, oh, this guy favorite. Oh, I'll take him to make the cut. He doesn't even make that. Like, I'm over it. I'm
staying away from Rahm. He's not playing his best golf, and he won it last year, and nobody repeats at the U.S. Open. When Koepka did it, it was like this crazy outlier thing. I don't see it. JT has never really played well at the U.S. Open. I read something that says this course kind of suits his game, but that's someone that
my list.
I'll wait until. Yeah. I don't want to do that. So guys that I'm looking at are two guys. One is Xander Schauffele. Let me bring up my Xander stuff. So Xander's. Oh, you have him too?
I like that.
Okay. Getting somewhere. Or aligning.
So Xander's played in 5 U.S. Opens, right? He's finished in the top 10 in all 5 of them. So a top 10 prop should be a lot. If you were betting this U.S. Open, you should absolutely take Xander in the top 10.
I just want him to make the cut, man. I'm not.
Are you putting him in the top?
Just make the cut, man. Forget the 10. I'm not gonna even venture into that world. Just make the cut right now. I can do the top 10, top 20 like you after day one. Going into the weekend, maybe, but let me just stick with. I just want to win a golf bet, man.
Yeah, I'm going top 10 with him. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to throw in a second winner, because I may, I got Rory as the winner, but I waited until after the first day, and I liked that I did that, and I may do that again. But I'm definitely doing Xander top 10 and throwing that into a parlay. And you mentioned, I forget if it was during this or if it was before we came on, John, but you mentioned Louis Oosthuizen. And let me bring up Louis again. I'll read off Louis' U.S. Open finishes. And I know he hasn't played great this year, hasn't played much this year, and he's a live golf guy. And I know a lot of people are fading them, ignoring them, but let me bring up his U.S. Open finishes. Last year, he finished 2nd. 2020, he was 3rd. 2019, he was 7th. 2018, 16th. 17 and 16, both he was 23rd. 2015, 2nd. And 2014, he was 40th. I'm taking Louis Oosthuizen top 40. I believe it's minus 115 on FanDuel. Yeah. Right now, the odds are much better. I don't have the DraftKings odds up right now, but it's much better on FanDuel than it is on DraftKings. Mm-hmm. It sucks to parlay. You can't do it. You can't parlay top 40 with a lot of other things. Like, I don't think you can parlay top 40 with like a top 10 or something. I tried to parlay it with Xander. You have to parlay top 40 together. So, but yeah, I like Oosthuizen top 40, Xander for sure top 10. If you want to take him as the winner too, go for it. I like Fitzpatrick a lot. Two guys who I'm going to wait, or one guy who for sure I'm going to wait until after day one to see how he plays is Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, I'm staying away.
because I was thinking about taking him, not necessarily like top.
Just married, bro.
Not
injury.
Not necessarily like
on the social media. He's not ready.
Yeah,
for this man.
I don't really. Everybody's like, oh, Brooks only cares about the majors, yeah, all that stuff. But I don't know. In top 10, he's plus 360 on FanDuel, and I was thinking about it, but pre-tournament, I don't love it. So he's there's guys you have to keep an eye on during the tournament. Brooks is one of them because he's been great at the Open. And another one, and I hate saying it, but another one is Bryson. Because he won it in 2020 and he has played well at the US Open and he's played like crap. Yeah. And even if he does play well in the first round, his odds are probably still going to be pretty good because no one's going to expect him to win. And I'm not saying to bet him to win, but if you can get good odds on him to finish in like the top 10 after the first round, that's something you should go for. Because something I learned betting the Canadian Open is sometimes that betting after the first round can be more fruitful for you than betting before the tournament. That's like and I think Greg talked about that at 1.2. If you're going to bet golf, like betting after each round is important. That's the only way to really win. Like betting pre-tournament is really, really hard. It's really hard to do. So I know Tony Finau is going to be a popular one. I'm going to consider Finau, especially after he played at the Canadian. He's been really hit or miss at the Open. He's the last 4 Opens, he's missed the cut twice, 2 out of the 4 times, but the other 2 times he's finished in the top 10. So he's a guy where I like him and I like Xander. Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely taking Fitzpatrick to win. Xander top 10. Finau is another guy I'm considering the top 10, to be honest. One of my stronger ones to say is like keep an eye on Brooks that first day. Yeah, either ignore him completely after it, or to be like, okay, I need to put some money on him.
All right, what about you, Greg?
I like that. I mean, a lot of names got brought up that I've been looking at, and I have a parlay here, but I want to add one more name to it. So, who I have so far is top 20. For on FanDuel, I have Xander Schauffele, minus 125. Okay, not bad. My guy Willie Z going every tournament, minus 105. And then for my long odds guy, I'm doing it. Max Homa.
Homa, I knew you were gonna say
Throw
Homa.
him in there. Plus
You're a
170.
homosexual.
Yeah, John talked about him last week. He's playing well, man. He's playing pretty good at plus 170. Again,
he's
to be in the
plus
top
170
20.
to finish the top 20, huh?
Yeah, and I mean he's playing the best he's ever played, so I'm gonna throw him in there. You, Chip, you threw out Bryson DeChambeau, so I just punched it in there. Like the odds go up crazy. He's plus 600 right now to finish in the top 20. So, seeing me going from winning 400 to 3,000 makes me kind of like it, but I know that's unrealistic. So. 3 other names that I've been looking at that I don't think you talked about, Chip, and I don't know if you have any insight on them, are Scotty Scheffler. Again, we know he's having an up and down season right now. Cameron Smith.
That's my boy.
And Shane Lowry.
Lowry's a very popular one, I know.
So I don't know if you have any insight on those. You're kind of swinging me on Matthew Fitzpatrick. He's plus 100. So Scotty Scheffler's minus 165. Cameron Smith's plus 100. Fitzpatrick's plus 100, Lowry's plus 100. So, and then Spieth, but I'm not betting Spieth.
This is just a personal thing, but I tend to like try and stay away from the guys who are like super popular with everyone. And like Lowry seems to be like a really popular pick by a lot of people right now.
I like
and
that too.
Look, that doesn't mean
start popping up everywhere. It's like, all right, I gotta stay away from this guy.
Yeah, he's like he's playing the best golf of his life, and it's like, all right, he's playing well, but it's not like he's playing fantastic. It's not like he's finished constantly in the top 10 or anything. Like, yeah, and like John just said, these FanDuel ringer parlays, he's in every single one.
Yeah, literally
every single one. Yeah, all of them. They love him at the ringer, clearly. And it's like there's a lot of Shane Lowry hype right now, and it seems like Honestly, I was considering maybe putting him to miss the cut. Like maybe he has like I didn't want to go that far.
Fade the public.
Fade him. Yeah, fade the public. Fade the public. I was thinking about it.
All right, so I'm gonna throw Matt Fitzpatrick in there. That gets me to plus 1,800. So it's $50 to win 900. That's completely fine with me. So again, Xander Schauffele. Is that how you say it, Xander? Schauffele,
I've always said Schauffele. Schauffele.
Xander.
Yeah, Xander, Zatoris,
they all call him the X-Man, don't they?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, they don't call him by his last name. I've never heard anyone call him by his last name.
All right, so Xander, Zatoris, Fitzpatrick, Homa, all to be in the top 20. $50 to win 900. Lock it in right now. This one's a winner. I already got that feeling.
All right. So I got a 12-man to make the cut parlay at plus 3,200. We can play the game of who's gonna lose if you guys want. You can just tell me who.
Yeah, we should start doing like side bets.
Maybe I'll start taking them off. You guys tell me. But this is my 12. I got Rory, Scotty Chef, Willie Z, Cam Smith, Sungjae Im. Who's every time I watch any golf, top of the board. Gotta take him. Matt Fitzpatrick, Matsuyama. I'm a homosexual as well. You gotta take Max Homa. Colin Morikawa. I'm Xander and Louis. That's all you guys. Like you guys are putting me on the Xander and Louis train. I'm all in. Pat Reed. And that closes off the 12.
Pat Reed
at plus 3,200. He's actually the highest odds, which makes me see like minus 142. The bet like literally the lowest odds to
really
make it. Yeah, it makes no sense. Which means, obviously he's gonna be the one that doesn't make the cut. But here I am. I'm gonna put a unit on it, trying to get $3,200 walking into the weekend. Just on to make the cut. Just make the cut, bro.
Obviously, Max Homa's a risk for making the cut. The only other name that stood out to me besides Patrick Reed, but the odds are so juiced that maybe they know something we don't.
I took Kevin Na off. Kevin Na was minus 102. Yeah, like the lowest odds in the entire tournament to make the cut.
Let's call him Morikawa's odds. He has not been playing that good. I was betting him a lot early, a couple weeks ago, a month ago. He's not
230.
Minus 230.
No, he hasn't been.
Yeah, you're scaring me. Maybe I'll take him over and put 9.
That might be one to think about, just because, like I said, he has not been playing good.
Deal. Morikawa off, bro. Say no more. Chip, you got anyone that's bothering you?
He's gonna win the whole tournament now, but yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's going to win the whole. He's going to win the whole damn thing.
That's
exactly.
fine, man. That's fine with me. I just need people to make the cut. I don't care. Yeah. Anyone that bothered you on that list, Chip? And let me ask you about Berger. Do you have anything on Danny B?
Honestly, I didn't look into him too much. I don't know, so I can't comment on him. But there's no one on that list who bothered me. No, I like that list.
I misspoke when I was talking about Nah and Patrick Reed. It's the opposite. Like everyone like Rory's minus 950, Scotty's minus 600. They're minus 102. So they're basically like a coin flip. But yeah. So should I? What about Justin Rose? Do we care about Justin Rose?
Played great in the Canadian on that Sunday. He was awesome. But they were tearing that course apart though. That's a different thing. That course is a lot easier than what they're about to play.
All right, so. I'm gonna throw in J Rose, keep it at 3,700, up a little bit, and that's gonna be my U.S. Open to make the cut parlay. We'll post it on Win and Picks Weekly. Chip always going with his updated golf stuff, and that takes us to our man who's betting MLB baseball day in.
Sorry, John. I don't mean to cut you off, but can I say one more?
Absolutely.
All day.
Just I'm talking myself into this Shane Lowry missed the cut thing now.
Okay, all right. Why not? Let's hear it.
What's it at?
It just can I read his US Open finishes?
Sure.
Because last year 65th, 2020 43rd. 2019 28th, missed the cut in 2018, 2017 46th. In 2016 and 2015 he was good. 2015 9th, 2016 2nd. But recently he hasn't played very well. I know he's playing very well in other tournaments. Obviously right now he's played pretty well, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just now I'm talking myself onto it on the podcast and I'm going to regret it later. But I don't know.
I have an amateur question. Are there missed the cut parlays? Because I don't see it.
I believe you can.
If
I got Lowry at plus 270.
If I could put Shambo and Lowry together, I might take it. Maybe even Koepka, honestly. Anyone that I'm scared of?
Yeah.
Does it work?
Lowry is plus 270 on FanDuel. Lowry and Bryson's not on here for missed the cut.
Oh,
no, he's not here. Right. Lowry and Koepka though is an interesting one. Lowry and Koepka is plus 788 on FanDuel.
Ooh, I might touch it. With a hot iron. I might just a little touch.
I think I just talked myself into Lowry and Koepka. I'm not.
All right, I'm tailing you.
Yeah,
I know I'm tailing you.
I think I did. I think I'm doing that.
All right, deal. I'm with you, Chip. Greg, on to you, the MLB baseball guy. You got fantasy football stuff, which at this point, I never thought I'd say this out loud that I'm team Mike Trout. Dude, wild stuff going on in the fantasy world. They're saying it's cheating to keep guys on the IR stash when they're no longer on IR. But I guess I'm the biggest fantasy football cheater of all time.
Yeah, learn to play the game, you rookies.
They're losing millions of dollars and fighting each other because some guy kept some guy in the IR, and then
what's his name? Tony? Is it Tony Fan? What's his name out there? He's a lunatic. I mean, so is Jock Peterson. So.
Dude, I can't believe that's the controversy. But anyway,
I was watching the Mets game though, and they were interviewing him. Dude, Mike Trout just doesn't do media, and it's just he's a tough listen to, man.
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe I'm team Mike Trout.
They had him for a whole inning, and it's just like, oh, I mean, the baseball guys are nerds too, so it was a tough conversation, but. Yeah, I'm team Mike Trout all the way. I mean, my favorite thing about Mike Trout is he was saying like he's not going to commission the league anymore. He's like, all right, I'm done. Like this is too much attention. Too many people are talking about it. Like a little dust up of any kind. Mike Trout's like, I'm out. I just want to hit baseballs and go home. Like I love that about him. But dude, baseball's been good, man. Baseball's been really good to me the last few weeks. I've just been betting the Mets and the Yankees. I talked about it 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've been doing it, and it's just the Mets and the Yankees.
Plus 1,400, right? That's your Subway Series future?
Oh, yeah. So I threw that in this week. The Mets to win the NL, Yankees to win the AL, parlays plus 1,400. So I threw that in just because I'm up on the year, and if I keep doing my $50 bets, I'm going to be probably up by the end of the season, knock on wood, God willing, because I'm not doing anything crazy anymore. I was taking big-time parlays. I was taking RBIs and hits and stuff like that. The only thing I think I might dabble into a little bit is total bases. Is it because the odds are so much crazier?
In a walk and you're not pissed off?
No, walks don't count. It's just hits. It's not stolen bases, it's not walks. It's just hits. But it's like instead of taking someone to like get a hit at minus 300, you can just get them to like get 2 bases and it's like minus 110. So chances are.
I saw that, but I saw that because I tried in the beginning and I saw that walks didn't count and it just pissed me off once I stopped doing it. It was so annoying.
It's tough too because like guys like Pete Alonso and stuff who get like intentionally walked. It's like okay, there might be a shot.
Same thing with Judge too. Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean guys like Judge, anyone in the Yankees, I've been betting them. I don't know how to say your shortstop's name, but. Hit every night. That dude's on fire.
IKF, bro.
Yeah.
IKF, yeah. Just say IKF.
Dude, he's great. I had them against the Cubs the other day. That Carpenter guy. I fucking love that guy.
That Carpenter guy. Oh yeah.
My God.
He goes from the Cardinals to the Yankees. All of a sudden, the Mets fans like him. I love it.
Just love the look of him. It just looks like a Carpenter. His name's Carpenter. I mean, what's not to like about the guy? He's hitting bombs to right field. So,
X.
At this point, just to get back to the X's and O's kind of thing, I'm betting the Mets. I'm betting the Yankees. And I'm betting good teams that are playing bad teams. We're in the middle of the season right now. Teams are separating. The Braves are hot, so I'm betting them. They're playing the Nationals. You have to bet against them. Who else am I betting? The St. Louis against Pittsburgh. I mean, they're going to cover both games tonight. That's easy.
I need St. Louis to start losing, man. My Brewers future bet's not looking fantastic at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't think I really had anything. I had the Padres. The Padres against the Cardinals or the Cubs. They're down 1-0 right now, but that's it. And you just throw a couple players in there to get a couple hits, just one hit each. And I mean, sometimes you could knock them out in the first time through the order. So, yeah, that's really been it. It's been going pretty good.
The only thing that's not going good for me, man, and of course there's going to be one division, but it's those pesky Mike Trout Angels, man. They're pissing me off, dude.
Oh.
They got Babe Ruth over there. They got Madden, who the guru, Mohawk Guru, who got fired with that crazy losing streak. They got pick it up, bro. You guys lost 14 games in a row and only 3.5 back or 8.5 back now. Like, can we move on 3.5 from the wild card? But I don't want a damn wild card. I need the division.
I needed the division
ahead of them, bro. The Texas.
I had them in a division parlay. Man, how many division parlays do you think they ruined? Seriously,
they're gonna ruin all of them because everybody hates Houston. So the Angels are just like, and Ohtani's always MVP, one of the favorites in the offseason, every single offseason, because he does both. So I feel you, but yeah, everything else is good with me. The Brewers are scaring me a little bit, but I'm not too worried about them. Cardinals usually just win the wild card and then win the whole thing. So I'm looking forward to them being a wild card team and just surprising everyone. But I hope to God, for Greg's sake, that the Cardinals don't play the Mets in the playoffs. Like, I'm praying for you, Greg. Honestly, like, I hope it's not they don't get the wild card spot because the Mets are going to win the division.
Why not play the Cardinals? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with the Cardinals playing the Mets in the playoffs?
Yeah,
everything bad happens.
It's a whole new team. It's a whole new energy, new vibe. How have the Mets been against the Cardinals in the playoffs since Steve Cohen has arrived? That's what I want to know about.
I think 0-0. So.
Perfect. That's where I want to be. That's where I love to be. So I don't know. All that old stuff's in the past. I'm not worried about September. I'm not worried about anything. Worried about the Mets getting healthy. We lost Marte and Alonso in the same game on the road on our West Coast trip. I need everyone to stay healthy. Everyone to stay all right. And we'll be all right. I need Escobar to get a hit tonight, too, for the Mets. One question I did have for you guys before we sign off on this baseball thing.
We're done.
When you're betting, I know, Chip, you said earlier you're not cashing out. So are you hedging any bets or anything like that? Right now I have an opportunity. The Mets are still up 3-0 on the Brewers.
What's the inning now? You started this as the second inning.
I started, it was the second inning, and I was like, should I hedge it out? It's the 5th inning right now. I'm trying to see what the odds are.
What's the bullpen like? What's your bullpen? Tell me about the Mets, man. Tell me about the Mets. I know you're watching game in and game out. I'm watching box scores.
We're professional hitters. We don't hit home runs. We are the best team. I don't know if this is a fact or not, so someone has to fact check it. Give me the sabermetrics. We're the best team with 2 outs in baseball. We have more RBIs with 2 outs. We have more singles and doubles with 2 outs. We just don't give up. I love it. Everyone hits, man. Everyone hits. Everyone plays. It's just effort, which is
pitching.
Something we haven't had in a while. Pitching's not been good.
Starters and bullpen.
Edwin Diaz has been pretty good. Middle relief just hasn't been that great, but we haven't needed it. I'm worried about when we need it. I'm worried about when it's 2-0 in a playoff game, and you're going into the 7th inning. We made a swap earlier this season, the Mets and the Yankees, for middle relief pitchers. I don't think either of us have liked the guys that we got. There's probably a reason why we traded 2 weeks into the season. So,
the backup catcher's fine.
Yeah, I mean, our catcher's another thing too. McCann's been out for like a month now. He broke his hand or something like that. So
Vino's been holding us down, bro.
Yeah, he can play.
So. Other than that, though, there's
your 2 pitchers coming back, bro.
Yeah, like they're talking about like a lot of articles I'm seeing as like the quote unquote baseball like trade deadline approaches, which I think is in August. So I don't know how it's really approaching, but is like the Mets need starting pitching, and I'm like, I don't know if we do. Like we have 5 or 6 guys. We just got McGill back. He's been pretty good. We have 5 or 6 guys right now who have all been pretty good. Bassett and Carrasco have been great for us, holding it down all season. So. Peterson started out great, but he got hurt. He's back now. McGill started out great. He got hurt, but he's back. And now it sounds like Scherzer's pitching a simulated game this week. So
Scherzer's going to be back way before DeGrom, in my opinion.
Yeah, DeGrom and Scherzer, both of them. I don't care if Scherzer comes back and pitches a game and then takes like 2 weeks off. And he pitches a game and takes like 2 weeks off. Like, take your time, get healthy.
That's how I feel about DeGrom. I feel like Scherzer could play one game and then be good for the playoffs. DeGrom, like we don't really like. You kind of need a little bit of a, slow, in-depth comeback for him.
Don't rush
there
back.
Is something to the playoff experience thing in baseball. I think that it's a lot different in baseball than every other sport.
Bro, just look at his eyes, dude. He's fine.
Yeah.
he doesn't need anything in the world.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, if you're trying to hop on the bandwagon for the Mets and you're betting, just Lindor's been he's 1 for 2 tonight, which is good, but he's been a little shaky. Other than that, dude, our guys are just hitting. Like, Jeff McNeil's been great.
Your boy.
I love him.
That's a Mets fan favorite, right? That's a Mets fan favorite. I hear about McNeil every single day. Yeah.
Dude, he just plays every position, just plays hard, and he just gave up trying to hit home runs. Now he bats like 300. Okay, he's batting 322 right now, and then they try to shift him. He's batting like 400 against the shift. All right, they'll do it all day, baby. I don't care. So our guys are good. I love this Starling Marte guy. He's phenomenal. I'm just happy we just got him. Swapping him for Cano has just been incredible.
Dude,
or not Cano. Conforto.
Yeah, but they're both bad. But Cano is especially bad.
Cano just needed to go.
Speaking of bad players, I don't know if this is sensitive, but is Betances, does he play? Is he injured? Okay, he's not around. Oh, okay.
No. Is he on the team? Betances, he's still on the Mets?
No? I don't think so.
I think he's just in AAA. I'm pretty sure he's in the Mets organization.
Oh my God!
His first
leagues.
Dellin?
He was. No, the Mets did sign him. I know. Man, he was so good.
I don't know if he's on. I don't know if he's on the IL. I don't know if he's. That's why I don't watch day in and day out. But speaking of bullpen.
Oh my God! I remember him. He pitched last season. I don't think he's pitched for us this season.
Is he on the squad?
No, definitely not.
Oh, okay. But speaking of some relievers, Chappie is coming back, which can mean one of two things, man. When he comes back off injury, he's usually unbelievably amazing or absolutely horrid. So we're gonna see how it comes back.
He is horrid, the Julius Randle of the Yankees. He really is.
God damn, that's horrible. That's a horrible way to end this podcast.
Yeah, anything on the Yankees front? I mean, I talked about you guys. Are you worried about not hitting home runs? You guys just hit home runs. Who cares? I mean,
dude, this is the first time since 2009 that we actually are hitting the baseball. You're talking about professional hitters like IKF, Trevino, Carpenter. Like we're hitting the baseball. It's amazing. Like, yes, we have the Stanton home runs, we have the Judge home runs, but other than that, everyone's like actually hitting the ball. And it feels fantastic. It's crazy that we don't miss Gary Sanchez, who's doing really well, and it's crazy that we don't miss Gio Urshela, who's doing really well. Like the Twins are ahead in the number one in the division, and we don't care. Like it's amazing, dude. Our pitching is unbelievable. I'm pretty sure that Garrett Cole has the lowest ERA in our rotation. Like we're doing pretty well right now. I'm still not worried about Garrett Cole. I don't care. I'm just not worried about him. The Yankees are raking. I'm actually not scared of any baseball team, which I can't think of the last time I felt like that.
Man, you have a tough schedule the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. But I'm just not worried. Like, how many times are we going to talk about the Yankees' tough schedule? I think it's a tough schedule for everyone else. Like I was so scared of the Rays the first time. We murdered the Rays. It's as if they weren't a real team. We got the Blue Jays, same idea. We got Tampa, Toronto, Tampa, Houston.
Yeah, the only thing that
I don't know, I'm just not worried about any of that. I know, like usually I'd be like, oh my God, like Tampa, and then in the Trop, I'm worried that we got to go to Toronto, they're gonna kill us, Vlad, and then Houston, the division. Like, I think we're gonna kill all of them. Like, we're gonna be over 500 with all these teams.
The only thing that concerns me is DJ LeMahieu. That's the only, because I thought he'd bounce back, and he had a little bit of a hot start, and I just don't think he's that dude anymore, like hitting over 300.
That's tough. I think that's the one issue I have with the Yankees right now is we're playing the roulette of the sit-out roulette of who gets to just miss a day.
Yeah.
And I just don't think these players like that. Like Donaldson's coming back right now. He's kind of fighting with LeMahieu. Donaldson's pissed off at the Yankees for not getting his back, and he made that public. I'm sure that the New York Yankees organization has a big issue with him talking smack about them. We have Andujar who wants a trade. I hate Joey Gallo with every single fiber of my being. Like those three guys, like I don't know if they're gonna make it past that, deadline that you're talking about coming up in 2 months, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, dude, like Gleyber Torres, Rizzo, like Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, Torres is unbelievable. Like it's unreal. And then when you throw in IKF, when you throw in Hicks playing actual baseball, when you throw Trevino playing actual baseball, Matt Carpenter, a 14-year veteran who is like hitting like 600 right now since he's been with the Yankees, like unbelievable, man. I love the small ball. I love that we're not just hitting home runs, quote unquote, and we're actually playing like. I don't know. I still just want Gardy on this team. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds insane, but I want Gardy on this team. Like we don't need a Gallo. We need more professional hitters. But that's where I'm at. I honestly, dude, I'm anticipating this playoffs. I'm ready for the playoffs right now. Usually by now I'm like, all right, time to get it together. We got 2 more months, to make a run at this division. Hopefully we're on top of the wild card. And like we'll get together by hopefully end of August, September call-ups, and then we'll be good. No, like right now, I'm just like, dude, we're ready. Like, let's go. I am worried about getting hot too early, maybe.
That's definitely a concern. I think what's the stat? It's like 50% of the teams that lead their division at the All-Star break ultimately don't make the playoffs or something like that. There's some weird stat like that in baseball. Yeah, it's like it's tough to go wire to wire.
Interesting.
So, yeah, the only thing that's different really for me between the Yankees and the Mets is like the Mets, I feel comfortable pretty much with anyone getting a hit in the night. With the Yankees, I just stay away from a couple people. And I wanted to run that guy past you guys real quick because you guys obviously know the team better than me. Chip, you scared me. I bet DJ LeMahieu to get a hit like pretty much every night.
Yeah, I'm not like trying to trash DJ or anything. I'm just talking about in comparison to the guy he was like 2 or 3 years ago. He was so he was so damn. I still think he's a good player. Obviously, I thought he would revert to that form, and I don't know if he's gonna revert to that guy. You disagree, John?
If he's in the lineup, he's gonna get a hit. I agree. Like I would always take him. I just have this weird trust in him. But if you want a guy that you want to take every single night, man, you take Rizzo. You take Anthony Rizzo.
See, that's one of the guys I stay away from. Rizzo.
Dude, no, I don't know why nobody's talking about this guy.
He's batting 200. That's why.
I think Judge is the guy to take every night.
Well, yeah.
Think? But he's
my guys are
minus money.
My guys are they're all minus money. I take DJ, Judge, Torres, and IKF. Those are my 4 guys. Judge is minus 300. DJ's minus 300. IKF.
Hicks is hot right now, though. Hicks is hot right now.
Yeah, Torres are usually like minus 150, which is like pretty good for just to get a hit.
Dude, I love Anthony Rizzo so much. I don't know what it is about him. Like he is the glue to this team. As soon as he came on this Yankees team, everything changed. The minute he stepped, and it was like, and then like we wanted to get rid of him in the offseason, which drove me absolutely nuts. And nobody's talking about the fact that he looks like half a person. Like look at his face. I know he has cancer, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But if you look at his face last year and this year, he's a completely different man. Like, yeah. I don't know. He could eat like that. Anthony Rizzo could eat this Anthony Rizzo. So I don't know. Like I love the guy. I think this team is a team of destiny. Let's go, baby. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for the summer to end and football to come and MLB playoffs and NBA regular season and the World Cup. Like, bring me the fall, bro. I am ready.
All right, let's take it easy. Yeah. Summer just got here, but
I'm ready.
This is the most confident I've been in a Yankee team in a long time. Because typically,
for sports.
Yeah, when we get to the playoffs, typically I'm like crossing my fingers, like, all right, I hope Aaron Judge hits a couple of home runs in this game.
Wild.
I don't feel like that now. I really don't.
Yeah. All right. On that note,
next week draft episode, NBA draft,
NBA draft
programming note for the fans out there.
Mm-hmm.
Great guest coming on.
Yep.
Let's get it, guys. You know where to find us. Please like, subscribe to our Winning P Weekly on Twitter. You got Chip Murphy 7 on Twitter. You got KnicksFanTV, where Chip is, where Alex Rateris is, the Tridicaster, who's a co-host of Knicks Jets, etc. Speaking of Knicks Jets, etc., go on that YouTube. That's where you'll find these videos. Also, Knicks Jets, etc. Nobody spells out the rest, right, Alex?
That's just
be,
wild.
It's just wild. That's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. We are there. Let us know what you got. Let's make, if we start hitting some golf bets, man, I'm gonna start losing my mind. So let's go, man. Let's just go. Anyone have anything? Any last thoughts?
Let us know what you're taking in the comments. We want to know. We want to follow. We want to talk about it.
Let's go. All right. See you next week, boys. NBA draft. Let's go.